it's Shelly with Fun Size, and I just wanted to talk about when I am hosting my parties. I like to give a little something away, a little favor, a little swag for them to take with them. But I'm also pretty conscious about making sure it's something that I would want to use, so it's something that they perhaps will use as well. So this one kind of came up. I was out and about and I thought, well, this might be a cute one. So I am going to talk about how to make this as a little tea towel that I just used, and we're going to use them as napkins at each of their places. And then I'll have clean ones, obviously, for them to take with them. So they can use them as a tea towel later, but for the event, they're gonna use it for a napkin. So here we go. So what I've done, I went on Amazon and I got a 24 pack of tea towels. They're just the white ones. So they've been washed, they've been dried, and I did a light iron on them just to kind of make sure that they were nice. And so that's what we're starting with. I gathered the rest of our stuff. What are we gonna need? We're gonna need what I used. You can do anything you want. You can, paint it freehand if you have that kind of talent. I don't. I'm just using some stamps, and they're just the alphabet. Any size you want, you can get those. I found those at Holly Lobby. On Amazon, it's actually a fabric paint, ruby red, for the holiday. But the ruby red just seems like it'll be a nice pop. I thought this wasn't gonna be enough. You need very, very little. The brush that I'm using is one of the sponge brushes. I found it much easier to kind of maneuver onto the stamp, and you're only gonna use a little bit, okay? And then the other thing I did is I cut up some cardboard. We're gonna make sure that we put it in between while we're doing our painting, and this is gonna help us guide the way, the blue tape. So we've gathered our stuff, now it's ready to go. So after making sure I had all my supplies handy and I put down newspaper to kind of protect everything there, I put the square of cardboard, the ones that I had previously cut, in between the layers of tea towels. I didn't want that paint to bleed through. So once I did that, I figured out where I wanted my word to go. And then I attached the painter's tape to use kind of as a guide. If it's not perfect, it's okay. It almost makes it look more homemade. And then using the foam brush, I applied a small amount of paint to the stamp, and I wiped off any extra paint if it wasn't on the letter, and I just stamped it right on the tea towel. And I did this until I spelled out my word. And then once I'd spelled out my word, I removed the painter's tape, but you want to leave the cardboard in between until the paint completely dries. You don't want that to seep through. And then once they all completely dried, they looked fabulous. And I then used an iron to heat set the design. It kind of locks in the paint and makes it more durable and less likely to smudge or smear. Then I wrapped them up for party favors. They were hostess gifts, coworkers, neighbors, friends. They were a huge hit. For more ideas, head on over to Fun with Fun.